everybody. Welcome to episode 31. This is the Ample Flame Podcast. My name is Ben. This is my lovely wife, Meg. Today we are talking about
finances.
There's a few taboo subjects you don't talk about publicly, and that's religion, money, and politics. And today we're talking money.
That's right. Yeah, we are.
Which is, in a weird way, kind of a religion.
Oh, it can be.
And the fact I said that is political.
You're just trying to get us in hot water right from the beginning.
Let's rile people up.
Let's do it. Okay, so this is a Patreon member submitted question. So once a month on our Patreon, we do have a members Patreon where you get the after show and a once a month Q&A. And so this is actually one of the questions that was submitted for a Q&A. And we were like, you know what, we could talk about this.
Probably because we talk about this together.
Yes.
We talk about this with friends and coworkers, if you will.
Yes.
I would venture to say this is a very popular subject these days because there's so many people having a hard time financially.
Right.
Just everything's so blasted expensive right now.
And it's not that you've had any like specific catastrophic life incidences. Mm-hmm. It's just everything's getting more expensive. And, you know, that adds up and that gets harder.
Yep.
So, and the question is, and this is all off the cuff today. We don't really have any notes.
There's no show prep.
We're just going to chat. So bear with us. Hopefully it turns out well. All right. So the question was, when finances are tight, how do you choose what to cut? And I thought that that's very interesting verbiage because it's not like, well, what do you do? Or how do you make more money or anything like that? It's specifically, how do you choose what to cut? And that's always our go-to.
Mm-hmm. That's what we do. We trim the fat first.
Yeah, we trim the fat before we worry about trying to make more money. And I heard it said one time that it is easier to spend less than it is to make more.
Oh, that's the truth right there.
And I've always kind of taken that to heart. And that has been our life is when things get tight, again, not because of any like financial setback, but just because life is getting more and more expensive and things happen. Or, you know, our kids grow and they eat more or whatever. What do you cut, you know?
Yep.
And so we're going to talk about that a little bit today. And then just the financial aspect of this life, particularly homesteading in general, maybe large family kind of thing.
I want to try to not sound like Dave Ramsey.
No, right. That has its place.
It does.
And we've done that.
I'm not going to throw shade on Dave Ramsey because Dave Ramsey really helped us when we were first starting out.
Yes.
The whole debt snowball and all of that stuff. That's how we climbed out of our initial debt when we were newly married.
Yeah.
But we are not Dave Ramsey. I'm not going to plagiarize all of his content.
That's right.
If you want to hear some Dave Ramsey stuff, go look at Dave Ramsey stuff. This will just be kind of specifically to us and what we have done.
Yeah. And current events kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, to kind of jump off that a little bit, there is some Dave Ramsey-esque attitude of when we're talking about cutting debt. Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so are there things that you are in debt for that you don't need? Like, can you sell the car that has the note on it?
Can you go down to being a one-car family?
Right. Or can you sell the nice car and get a beater? You know, that is just transportation.
Like at the end of the day, you just need to get to and from work.
That's right. To make the money. To pay for the things.
Yeah. Do you have to do it in style? No, you don't.
Right.
I would say one of the hardest things in the world, and I am guilty of this, is when you get the gimmies. You can gimme.
That's right.
I watched all of my coworkers one by one go out and buy brand new trucks.
Yes.
We were all making fantastic money. But here I am. I've got this truck that I had since high school.
Yes.
And it's still got low miles. I've taken perfect care of it. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just a small single cab truck.
Yep.
And I watched everybody going out and getting these big, nice trucks, and I got the gimmies. I didn't have the money. I didn't have the cash to go pay cash for a whole truck. I think I put down about half, but I still had to finance it. And so, you know, I got the gimmies. I went out and bought a truck. And, you know, that shine after the first couple payments, that shine wore off.
That's right.
And it was like, what did I do this for?
Yeah.
I had a completely paid off truck, and now I have a truck payment, and it's still just me driving to work. My other truck was better on gas than this truck.
That's
like,
right.
This was a bad decision.
Yeah.
So, like I said, the shine wore off.
Yes.
Add insult to injury. When we finally got to the point of leaving California, I couldn't sell it.
That's right.
No interest whatsoever. So I took it down to CarMax and sold it to them for a fraction. I think what they bought it from me for paid off what I still owed on it.
Yeah.
Like I made no money on it.
Yeah.
I barely broke even.
Right.
But that hurt. Like that was my status symbol truck, and I had to let it go.
Yeah.
That hurt. But valuable lesson, don't get the gimmies.
Yeah.
Don't let what other people are doing affect your psyche. Keep your eye on the prize. Like if you are living tight and you got paid off vehicles and you're working on paying off your mortgage or whatever you're doing, keep the eye on the prize.
Yes.
Don't get the gimmies.
Yeah.
Just keep on plugging along.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Okay. So let's go into a scenario where you don't have debt, because that's where we're at right now.
There's not a lot of people in our position.
They're just not, but there might be some. And so like, I'm trying to make the argument of like, we can be like, oh, we'll pay off your debt, pay off this, pay off that, pay off the other thing. And people be like, okay, but we have, and it's still tight. So what do we do? Okay. So we don't have car payments. We don't have a mortgage. We paid cash for our place. It's still tight.
It's still tight.
Things are getting more expensive and the money only goes so far.
Feed is ridiculously expensive. We spend more on animal feed than we do on people feed.
That's right. Yes. But it's because we grow it. So, okay. I guess I lied. I did make some notes. So first I want to go over this question and then kind of talk about some points to that. So one thing that has helped us, and we actually just had this discussion the other day when we were talking about, things we need to pay for, the projects we need or want to do, and like, how do we choose which ones? Because, we don't have unlimited funds.
We are not trust fund kids.
We're not independently wealthy. Nobody is, right? So all of us are just trying our best. And so the discussion we had was, what is our priority? And so we come back and we go, okay, well, our priority is growing food and then living as a family, right?
Yep.
So that's helping us make decisions of growing food. Like that's it. So we come back to that. It's like, okay, well, now that helps us make decisions of what we're going to spend our money on and in what order. So that's been a huge help, is to remember what the priority is. Maybe your priority is something different. Maybe your priority is like, we really want this like amazing classical, super Ivy League college education for our children. That might be something that's very important to you. And so you're going to come back to that. It's like, okay, well, what are we going to cut? It's not going to be the education stuff.
Yep.
For us, what are we going to cut? It's not going to be the food stuff.
Yep.
We're not going to cut in our food, because that's what's important for us, is the nutrition of our family, and then our family life. So something when we have like, I'm not going to say budget crisis, but like budget moments of like, okay, it's tight. We really got to look at this. We got to like prioritize. And we come back to shelter, food, and clothing. Those are your literal needs. Everything beyond that is superfluous.
That's true.
Like literally everything. Yeah. Internet, cell phone, car, like everything beyond that is absolutely superfluous. You have to have a place to live. You have to have food, and you have to have clothing on your back.
Water. Yeah.
I mean, that goes into food and shelter. Yeah. Yes. So let's talk about each one of these. Let's go with shelter first, because that's also kind of in our priority list at the moment with our building project. So and I think we can talk about this because we lived in a trailer for 2.5 years. We moved out of a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a attached garage and all that kind of stuff. So what is the importance of shelter, and how do we look at this as far as like our budget and finances and that kind of thing? What's important and what's not?
I think what was weird was when we decided to move into the RV, And we downsized everything. We became a turtle.
Right. That's right.
Everything we needed in life was on our back. And in that RV, we had everything we needed. I had a small toolbox that had everything that I needed to get the job done. And it was really eye-opening, paring down until our whole existence was in that 200 square feet.
Right.
When we got here, it was so weird to realize how much space we have, but we only needed this much.
Right.
What was important to us was, shelter. You want to stay dry when it's raining.
That's
you
right.
want to stay warm when it's cold. And it's nice to have a place to cool off when it's hot.
Yeah.
You need a place to bathe and
a place to sleep. Yeah.
And that's your shelter needs.
That's right.
And so with that, it was really eye-opening to realize you can get all of that in 200 square feet. If you think about it, and this is a 27-foot trailer we were living in. That's the size of a shed.
Yes.
Like that would be a big shed.
Right. For 6 people.
For 6 people. All of our 4 of those people were
very small,
pint-sized when we were doing it.
Right. But still.
It'd be considerably different now.
Yeah.
Well, now we're 8 people.
That's right.
But our needs are easily met in a very small space. How about food?
Yeah.
Okay, so storage space is a premium here, doing what we're doing. There is not a lot of places that are climate controlled right now, besides our house.
Right.
And so that has been a struggle since we've been here, is figuring out where to stash food. We're getting ready to remedy that.
That's right.
Because we're working on our shelter.
Yes.
But still, storing food to where we don't have to go shopping every 3 days is a struggle. What was the other one?
And clothing.
Clothing. We have never been go out and buy the fanciest clothes type of people.
Right.
Our priority has always been shelter and food.
Yes.
We eat our money.
Yes.
I would say that, like, looking back across our entire marriage, we have eaten the majority of our money.
Yes.
We enjoy food. We love food. And that's what we've spent our money on for a long time. I'm sure it's that way for a lot of people, but we've eaten really good in the past 20 some odd years.
That's right.
What we have done, and I still, if I go to Goodwill or someplace that sells secondhand clothing and I find a lightly used pair of my brand of jeans, I used to wear Levi 501s. I loved Levi's. I don't wear Levi's now. I wear Tractor Supply pants because they have a nice gusted crotch that's very comfortable.
Makes it easy to get over chicken fences.
It makes it very easy to get over chicken fences. Like requirements.
That's right.
I never needed a gusseted crotch until I started stepping over chicken fences. And the first year we were here, I went through almost every single pair of jeans I have, stepping over chicken fences. And it's such a stretch that I just ripped the crotches out.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, let's try these jeans. These are $25 a pair. That's cheaper than what I, could spend.
Right.
And they don't rip when I step over chicken fences. So
that's right.
Winner.
You're wasting money if you're just ripping your pants all the time.
So Levi 501s, I think those are $50 jeans. I think I paid $50 for one of those pairs once. Every other time I needed them, I would go to Goodwill or Salvation Army and dig around, and I would find fancy Levi jeans, almost brand new, just lightly used, in my size, and I would pay $3 to $5 for them.
Yeah.
And be ecstatic.
Yes.
The fact that I paid $3 for a pair of jeans. I don't know if it's still that way. I haven't bought those in a while because I keep buying these Tractor Supply jeans.
Right.
And no, I'm not ripping the crotch out of them.
That's right.
I'm just literally wearing them out. Wear the knees out.
Yeah.
So walk by, snag the ankle on a plant or something, rip the pant. So yeah, they're not as sturdy as Levi's, but
that's all right.
Anyways, I feel like I'm going too far on that. Clothing has never been a huge issue. We won't spend full price on clothing unless it's like a jacket or something.
Yeah.
That, buy
Christmas present.
Buy once, cry once.
Yeah.
But we are cool with the whole buy it secondhand. You can get some really nice, gently used clothing.
Yeah.
And for how we live out here, we're gonna tear stuff up.
Yeah.
We're gonna step over chicken fences.
That's right.
Rip the crotch out of
That's
jeans.
Right. Yes. The kids are gonna get muddy.
The kids are gonna get muddy. Like there's so many clothes that people will give us or you'll buy.
Yeah.
And the first time the girls wear them, they go out and decide to play in the reddest clay on the entire property.
Yes.
And they ruin them. And so.
And I know that. It's a joke.
It's a joke.
Clothes come to our house to die.
Yes. Like they will not be gently used, donated clothing.
No.
They will come here and get destroyed.
Yes.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
So we try not to buy brand new, full price. And not because we don't like looking nice.
Right.
We just, there's no point in spending all that kind of money on brand new clothing when you can find the brand name stuff secondhand.
Right.
That's something that drives me insane is when you find name brand, not even worn out clothing at a secondhand store
for $5.
For $5.
Yeah. We talk about it all the time. That's the real price.
That's the real price.
Yes.
When you can go to Salvation Army and buy a pair of Levi 501s, they're probably $70 now.
They probably are.
They're probably ridiculous. I would not pay full price for them. But walking in and finding them for $5, it's like, these are name brand jeans. Like I forget, there's a t-shirt. There's a t-shirt I wanted, just like I'm wearing right here, $50. And I found it at it was like a Goodwill and I paid $2 for it.
Right.
And all I can think is like, if it's $50 brand new, someone paid that.
Right.
And then they decided they didn't want to wear it anymore. So they donated it. And you buy it for $2, that's closer to the real price of what this item costs.
Yes.
Don't spend $50 on a t-shirt.
Right.
When you could probably find that one or one very similar for $2.
Exactly.
Like it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I think that's a little bit of how our minds kind of work in regards to clothing.
Yes.
I feel like I kind of went too long on that.
That's okay.
But see, you're getting my juices flowing on all of this.
Let's do it.
We have always lived very thrifty.
Yes.
Not out of necessity necessarily.
Sometimes yes.
Sometimes yes, but it's more of like it's almost like an act of defiance when you can go buy something that's expensive for a fraction of the price.
Yeah.
Like, is that thrifty or is that just smart buying?
Yeah. I mean, that could be it. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like I've talked too much. Do you have anything to say about this?
So let's go back to, because that's kind of like a mindset choice, right? In the day-to-day. And that does help. Like being thrifty does help. But let's go back to when the finances are tight. How do you choose what to cut?
So if we're going to talk about what to cut, tightening the belt.
Or like, how do you choose what to cut?
Choose what to cut? Well, we can just talk about our own experience.
Yeah.
When a million years ago in a machine shop, started working and I walk in the door, got the job, and they're like, we work 10-hour days. And so then you get that 10-hour-a-day paycheck and it's like, wow, this is really nice. I got a whole bunch of overtime in this check. This is great. And then they come in and say, hey, you know that cheap gas that is at the gas station? That means oil's not very high. We're cutting our hours. We're going down to 8-hour days.
Yeah.
Oh, no overtime.
Right.
So you're still getting like your base salary.
Yeah.
Like you're still working 8 hours a day.
Right. But the paychecks are not
the same. Paychecks are not the same because you're not working overtime.
Right.
And that was a hard one to learn because it was like, oh, well, then this is actually what I make. This is my base pay.
Yeah.
Anything else is extra. And so what we did was like, okay, then we're not going to eat out.
Right.
We're not going to go out on Friday and, dinner and a movie or order pizza, yada, yada. We're going to cut that out. And so just in the short term, that's the stuff you cut out first. Like don't eat out every night.
Right. The fluff.
The
vacations are not important.
The vacations are not important. Plan one big vacation and make it count. Make it important.
Yes.
Make it mean something.
Yeah. And even that doesn't have to be expensive.
It doesn't have to be expensive. Just, make sure that you spend the time with your kids making s'mores.
Right.
The memories that you're building for them will be a memory for you because
Yeah.
you're going to remember sitting down and making that fire and getting your kids to roast their marshmallows. And they did it with you, so it's special.
Right.
But it's special because you took the time to do it for them.
Yeah. And I mean, you don't want to build memories of like, well, we took the vacation, but dad was stressed out the entire time because of the money he was spending on something that we didn't need to go do. And I'm speaking from experience, which is sad. Like they don't care about that.
Yeah.
You know, they just care that you're there doing the thing.
That you're on vacation.
Yeah. So kind of talking to that point, cutting out the fluff. You know, one of the first things we did was get rid of our cable television.
Oh gosh, we haven't had cable in 20 years.
Yeah, like literally as soon as we got married, we got it. And then like a year later, we were like, this is dumb. We're paying for all these things we don't
And we
watch.
didn't even watch it.
We didn't watch it. So it was like, this got to go. So like a drastic realization of one, are you actually using the things you're paying for or are you not? Like, do you actually pay or watch the Netflix or do you just pay for it and you watch an occasional video? Okay, kick the Netflix out. Like, you don't need that, you know?
Streaming services.
Yes.
You know, it's so sad that cable has come full circle. You used to get cable to get the stations, and now you have to sign up for a streaming service to get the stations.
That's right.
It's just cable. It's just a cable bill all over again. Not that we watch any of that garbage, but
don't.
I would say the only streaming service we really pay for is Amazon. We will rent movies. We'll watch movies with the kids every now and then. We use Amazon Prime for ordering stuff.
Right.
Other than that, like we don't use Netflix. We don't use any other streaming services.
No Hulu,
There's
no Disney
nothing
Plus,
we really want to watch.
Yeah, we don't even pay for YouTube Premium.
Nope.
Even though we use that a lot. We use YouTube.
But when going gets tough, that was something that would go first.
Yeah.
But then there is a balance. Like there is a balance because if you can stay in and rent a movie, it's a heck of a lot cheaper than going out.
Oh, totally.
And eating out and doing all that. So in some ways, paying for a streaming service could be cheaper than going out.
The alternative, right.
I mean, maybe I'm out of touch, but we quit doing that because it was expensive and we had more fun at home.
Right.
And then after a while of, you know, talking and spending time with each other and all of that, we kind of quit the streaming services because we can have more fun just sitting on the porch talking and hanging out.
Yeah. We would start doing like read aloud books or we'd do Fire Friday kind of things.
For us, I'll just stick to us instead of hyperbole.
We have experience with this, yeah.
We quit Netflix. We quit eating out. I've talked about this on the podcast before. When we got on a very tight budget because we wanted to pay off debt, I put myself on $10 a week.
Yes.
And I would physically take cash.
Yes.
Like go to the bank, pull out $40, and that was for the month.
Right.
And get it broke into tens. And I would spend $10 a week on whatever I wanted. That was the no questions asked. That is my allowance.
Right.
That was kind of weird. I got made fun of by guys at work. And I've talked about this before. It was very hard. But because I did that, it cut out the fluff.
Yes.
If I didn't have money for lunch, I wouldn't go buy lunch.
Right.
I made sure that lunchbox always had food in it coming from home. And what it did was it taught discipline.
Yes.
You have to have discipline to cut out the fluff and start tightening the belt. And that's what that was. We tightened the belt to the point where it's like, wow, this is a really tight belt.
Yes.
But it taught us discipline. And as you learn the discipline, everything gets easier.
Yes.
Because then you'll look at something that's like, I ain't spending money on that.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And that's it. That it's over. Like you're not, oh, I kind of want this thing.
Yes.
I think I've talked about getting the gimmies because I watched every coworker go buy a brand new truck and I had to get one.
Yeah.
And so I went into debt to get one and it was the stupidest thing I'd ever done.
Yes.
I had so much discipline.
Yeah.
And then I didn't.
Right.
And I regretted it. And never again.
Right. No, I mean, it's not an option now. Even down to like the vending machine thing, like you had your $10. Well, that means you're not going to the vending machine to get the Snickers or whatever.
Yeah.
I want it. Because it cuts into your $10, and then that would mean you couldn't get tacos at the end of the week.
Yes. Yes.
So
everything was built around getting tacos on Friday.
That's right. And that stuff adds up, is those tiny little things. Okay, what do you cut? Well, when we were doing that, it was like, well, I ain't getting Starbucks.
Yep.
Like,
no more fancy coffee.
We'd go to the library with the kids, and on the way home, I'd get Starbucks. And so that's $5 to $8 every week or two. Yep. It adds up. So those are the things you cut out, is all the fluff stuff.
I like to think of, there's one time we had a friend over, and one of your friends, and she likes the finer things in life, and so Starbucks, that kind of stuff is definitely her thing. But living the way we live, we got rid of that a long time ago. A friend of yours had sent us, when we moved here, an espresso machine, just one of the little bitty ones.
Right.
And so I had started using it, and I'd gotten to where I could make a pretty good latte. Well, your friend was over here, and I was making a latte, and I was like, "Hey, do you want me to make you a latte while I'm making one?" She's like, "Sure, I guess." Not really thinking you can have good tasting stuff,
fancy coffee from
home. And so the way I make a latte, you brew your shot of espresso, and then I would get the milk to steam the milk, and I put a shot of maple syrup in it, and then steam it. And so then it's like frothy and
sweet
milk. Add that to your cup, and do your little swizzle on top, and it looks fancy, but it tastes fantastic.
Right.
That maple syrup and the steamed milk, it's really good.
It is very good.
I call it ice cream.
Yes,
it's my ice cream. Well, I gave her one, and she thought it was the most amazing thing she'd ever had. She didn't know that you could have coffee that tasted like that from home.
Yes.
She thought you had to go to Starbucks to get stuff like that.
Right.
So she went home, and she bought herself a mocha pot.
Yes.
And she now makes her own fancy lattes like that.
Because
she saw it was 3 ingredients.
Right.
Coffee, milk, and maple syrup.
Right.
And it tastes that good. And so, now she does her own thing, and she doesn't go buy fancy coffee.
That's right.
And it's just that simple. Like, figure out how to do the fancy stuff at home.
Yeah.
Fight that urge when you're out, and you have that reward system in your brain programmed to where, I'm out, I'm going to get Starbucks or whatever your vice of choice is.
Yeah.
I can't lie. Like, I do kind of miss going to a coffee shop.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Like,
and I mean, I will every now and then.
Yeah. Like,
I get birthday or Christmas money.
Not gonna completely deprive ourselves, but it's so few and far between. Maybe 3 or 4 times a year.
Yeah, maybe
once a quarter.
Yeah,
maybe.
I
don't think I've been to a coffee shop in 2 years.
Probably not. No. And I'm only every once in a while, maybe. Yeah.
So you can reprogram your brain to where you deny yourself that splurge. For us, we would go grocery shopping on Saturday if I had Saturday off, and we would usually get some sort of food, either if not for lunch, then we would get something for lunch at the grocery store, and then come home and we'd order pizza or whatever. But that was our splurge day. Well, that's every weekend. That adds up.
Right.
And so then it got to...
And it was like a reward for grocery shopping, which is silly.
Yeah, it's a have to.
We literally just went and bought groceries, and now we're like, and let's eat out.
And, actually stopping and looking at that, it's like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this? We just bought groceries. Let's eat the groceries.
That's right.
And so changed a little bit of how we shopped, made sure we got stuff that was easy, our thing. The farmer's market we went to, there's a couple vendors there that sold hummus and flatbread.
Yes.
And so we would make sure that we got some hummus and flatbread on Saturday when we went to the farmer's market, and we would come home and that's what we ate.
Yeah.
It's ready made.
Right. But it's not fast food. It's way cheaper than fast food.
Way cheaper than fast food. And we could feed everybody.
Yes.
They had other dips. Tzatziki.
Yeah, we'd get dolmas sometimes, which is like stuffed grape leaves.
And so it was cool. It got that reward center in the brain firing. You get that dopamine.
Right.
But it wasn't super expensive. It wasn't like going out to a burger joint or, whatever. If you add it up, especially for our family, by the time we left California, all of the boys were eating adult-sized meals.
Yes, they were.
So it was $60, $70, $80 every time we went through a drive-through. Plus, there'd be a coffee sometime while we were out, sometimes for both of us.
Yes.
If you're stopping, I'm stopping. And so it just made more sense to learn how to make the good stuff at home, head that off before you even leave the house. Like, I'm going to want a coffee on the way home. I still do this. So one-time investment right here. Get you a vacuum insulated coffee cup. Go somewhere, pack 2 coffees.
Yes.
I'll pack one for the way there, and these will keep coffee hot for like 8 to 12 hours.
Yes.
So I will make a coffee for the return trip.
Yes.
Because I know whenever we're done doing something, that reward center in my brain is going to be like, stop and get a coffee.
That's right.
Even still today, I still have that.
Even though you haven't bought a coffee.
Even though I haven't bought a coffee in years. And I'll get back in the truck to come home. And it's like, hey,
I have coffee.
I got a whole cup of coffee right here. And it's all done up. It's got,
your milk,
cream and whatever. I put milk in my coffee. That's it.
Yeah.
It's the way I like it. Pop this top open. I got a whole cup of hot coffee.
Yes.
The whole ride home. No need to stop at a coffee shop. And just recognizing and heading off that urge is a great way to get on top of it. I feel like we're getting off in the weeds talking about coffee and stuff. Let's bring it back to like trimming out the fat, tightening the belt. What do you cut out? What are other things you can cut out? You can cut out a drive-through.
Right.
You can cut out your subscription to streaming services.
Yes. Let's say you've done all that.
Let's say you've done all that, and you still need to tighten the belt more.
Right. Okay. So there's 2 things when I look back, and I had discussions with other friends that were, kind of in the same boat that we were. The things you come back to that you can control, like some things you can't control. Your mortgage payment, that's going to be the same every month. But there are things you can control. And 2 of those things was our electricity use and our food bill. So when we were going after things like the electricity, it's like, okay, how can we do things cheaper? Okay, well, it means turning up the thermostat. It meant using the ceiling fans instead of the air conditioning for as long as we could possibly deal with it. It means you're very anal about turning off lights. It's just all those little things that like you don't think about on a regular when you're just living your everyday life.
It adds up.
It does add up. It adds up a bunch by the end of the year. It adds up a ton. And then food. Food is a very easy thing to shift, to change. So for us, it meant being really realistic about what the kids needed to eat versus what they wanted to eat. We immediately cut out cereal.
Oh gosh, cereal is so expensive.
You got 4 boys. It's expensive. They're going to eat all of it in one sitting.
Well, they could sit down and polish off a box and a half in one sitting.
And even if we were buying like the bulk buy stuff where you get it in the bags, it's still really expensive. And they weren't being nourished by that. They'd be hungry again in half an hour because they didn't actually have any food. So it was like, okay, it's cheaper to get eggs. Or maybe it's not necessarily cheaper to buy eggs because the bulk buy cereal can sometimes be cheap. But they're staying full longer, so we're not doubling up on food, basically.
Well, it's the argument. Okay, this bag will get you so many meals.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say when we were buying the jumbo bags of cereal a million years ago, it would be 2 to 3 days of breakfasts for all the boys.
Right.
And by 11 o'clock, they would be losing their minds, ravenous, hungry.
Blood sugar monsters.
Well, for slightly more money, you could get a couple packs of eggs that would be 3 or 4 or 5 breakfasts worth of meals.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't be hungry until lunchtime. And they're not blood sugar monsters. They're not having that crash.
Right.
And it was worth it to spend, a couple, 25 cents more a meal.
Yes.
For good food than it was to just buy the easy.
Yes.
There is something easy about just throwing food at them.
Yeah.
And here you go. I know you're taken care of. There's a meal.
Right.
Versus having to stop and we're going to cook eggs for breakfast. We're going to have eggs and toast or whatever. Because you're having to stop and do this thing. You're having to be intentional. It is harder. It's slower.
Yeah.
Slow food is hard.
It is hard. But
it's cheaper in the long run.
Yeah. And People
I just contradicted myself.
Did you?
I did. Slow food is hard. Some foods might not necessarily be cheaper, but weighing, is this good for them?
Right.
Or is this good financially?
Right.
I think I got it. Trying to plan which way to eat.
Yeah.
Do you eat the cheap or do you eat the good? Well, that's when you get into the food 401k stuff. If you eat the better food, you can still eat good food cheaply. It's not going to be as cheap as the junk food.
Right.
In some cases.
Yes.
But in the long run, if you are healthy later in life,
yes,
then it was cheaper than paying medical bills.
Right.
Okay.
And then a lot of times the junk food is just more expensive anyways.
Yeah.
And that was part of, like, people will make comments now about, oh, you're such a good cook. And, oh, look at you cook all these things from scratch. It's so amazing. It was born out of necessity in a lot of our life because we couldn't necessarily afford the junk food, the pre-made food.
Yep.
And so, like, I make all of our bread now. Well, that's because to buy the amount of bread that we eat, it's a lot of bread. For one, it's expensive because I'm going to try to buy the better bread, you know, and there's still no like perfect bread on the market unless you're going to like an actual bakery. And even then it's sketchy. But then like, if I bought the bread, it'd be gone in 3 days anyways, because everybody's like, look, we have so much bread. Let's eat a sandwich here and toast and this and that and the other thing. I'm bored. I want a piece of toast with jam. We talked about that in our snack episode. So it was like, okay, I can make bread. It's a fraction of the price to make the bread than it is to buy it.
And you can make a lot more. You
can. And it doesn't take that long. So even for somebody who might be like both parents are working, you know, maybe you don't have a stay-at-home mom, you can make bread on a weekend, you know, like it doesn't take that long.
You can make the bread and freeze the bread.
Yeah, you can.
Like you've done that.
Yeah, you can have a batch day. And
you'll do the sourdough. You'll get on your sourdough rotation where you feed your starter. And then you make sourdough and you just feed the starter every single day. So that means you're making bread every single day. And a lot of times you're not making the bread till the end of the day. After dinner, like it's very end of the day. No one is eating that bread fresh.
Yeah.
We'll eat it tomorrow. And then after a week, you've got 7 loaves of bread sitting here, sourdough bread.
Yeah.
We're not going to eat all of that because sourdough is a lot more hearty. So it fills you up.
That's right.
You're not going to gorge yourself on sourdough.
Right.
And so you just take all those extra boules and you wrap them up and stick them in the freezer.
Yeah.
And then you put your sourdough starter to bed.
Yeah.
And we don't eat sourdough until we want sourdough. And then we just pull a boule out of the freezer.
Which is so nice.
And like if we need to go somewhere and we're packing food, all of a sudden sourdough just shows up out of nowhere. And it's like, I didn't know we had sourdough. And you're like, yeah, I have 20 boules in the freezer.
Right. I'm out now. I got to go make more.
Well, that means
that's right. Get on the rotation.
Gonna get on the rotation. Start doing sourdough.
Yeah.
But it's just stuff like that. I guess where we're at with it is we've started figuring out to eat better. You have to plan better.
Yes.
And you have to stick to stuff a little more religiously. And you have to learn how to cook what you want to eat.
Right.
And you have to learn how to plan.
Yes.
To where you can eat what you want to eat.
Well, even like you were talking about your coffee cup, you're planning ahead with your extra coffee for the ride home so that you're not having the impulse buy of going out to get a cup of coffee.
Yep.
You know, and it's just when you're talking about what can you cut out, you got to be brutally honest. What's a need? What's a want? And like we said, shelter, food, and clothing is needs. And even in those areas, you can cut back in a lot of ways. Electricity, what you're eating, what you're wearing.
What's like the clothing? I was thinking about it since we've, moved on to other subjects. Me and you and all the kids, we have like 1 or 2 nice outfits.
Yes.
I will buy a new set of clothes and that gets worn to church or
a wedding,
a funeral, whatever.
Yeah, we're going out to a dinner with family.
Yeah,
or something.
We have the nice clothes that we will pull out and put on if we need to look
nice,
brand new.
Right.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
Everything else, even this shirt, these are budget shirts
Yeah.
that you will buy new, but they're, $6, $7 a shirt.
Right.
Versus the brand name stuff that is $20 a shirt.
Right. Yeah, no, we're not paying that. The only time I've paid like full price for a shirt, like a $20 shirt, is like my friend who has a t-shirt business, and I bought a $20 shirt to support her, like that kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's so many areas where you can cut. So when we're talking about how do you choose what to cut, look at literally every area. Literally every area. And maybe it's not a matter of cutting out the thing completely. Like you're not going to cut out food.
Right.
But is there something in there that you could cut out?
Can you cut out the type of food?
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When we started looking at it, eating out was the number one offender for costing the most.
Right.
If you're looking at cost per plate, I remember when we started doing that, we would buy markdown meat, and we've talked about this on the podcast before. You start looking at the plate, and it's like, well, this plate, tacos were cheap. Yeah. I could get a plate of 5 tacos for $5. Mm-hmm. Not so now.
Right.
I bet you that same plate of 5 tacos is $20 now.
Probably.
But there was a taco truck I would go to, and it was $1 tacos, and it was a lot of food. 5 tacos was a lot of food.
Yeah.
And then coming home, it's like, hey, what do our plates look like? Are we eating a full plate of food for $5?
Yeah.
And then we would add it up, and it's like, actually, this whole plate was 29 cents.
Yes.
Whoa, that's a substantial difference.
Right.
The rice and beans and some vegetables and this, that, and maybe some markdown meat that is, you do a pot roast and it's only this much meat, but with everything else on the plate, this is a full plate of food. This is a lot of calories for 29 cents.
That's right. Sorry about the air compressor. It's a joke now.
It is a joke. How long of an episode can we do before the air compressor
kicks on? Oh. Yeah, so there's different things in every area, every subject, category, whatever you want to call it, that you can look at and you can cut down and trim out. Like I said, you're not going to go without lights, but you probably don't need them on as often as they've been on, or
You know what? The whole household enjoys it. Not that we do it because we need to. We do it because we want to.
Yeah.
Light candles.
Yes.
Like the thing we've noticed is if everybody is kind of wound up.
Yes.
And your kids are bouncing off the wall and you're just like, oh my gosh.
When's bedtime?
When's bedtime? They're driving me insane. Why are they so wired? Is it a full moon?
That's right.
Turn the lights out and put on some candles.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody chills out.
Yeah. And then by the time bedtime comes around, they go down without a fuss. Maybe keep the candles up out of where the crazy kids can't get to them.
Obviously.
But something about shutting off all the lights and lighting candles, it just slows them down.
Yeah.
Maybe read a book.
That's right.
Unplug, turn off the internet.
Right.
It's amazing. And it works.
Yeah.
It has worked with all of our children, even the little ones now.
Oh, yeah.
If they're spun and it's, getting kind of late, but it's not bedtime yet, put on some candles and watch them calm down. And then when they sleep all night.
They do sleep. And we sleep better.
We sleep better.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's just one of those little tricks. And then you're not spending the money on the lights.
I mean, you have to buy candles, but we've actually had pretty good luck with candles. We found an entire box of candles at the Restore.
Yeah.
Well, some of them are ornamental that you would never want.
Gaudy as heck.
Gaudy, but if you just need a candle, who cares?
That's right. Right.
It's dark.
Yeah.
You're not looking at the gaudy candle.
That's right. As long as they're not scented, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. I think this is actually going to be a good place to stop this episode. We will continue this discussion over on the after show, the afterburn.
Yeah.
Honestly, we could talk about this subject.
Yeah.
There's so many little rabbit holes we could go into.
We've had a lot of times in our life where we've had to spend less money.
And tighten the belt.
That's right.
I think we will talk about tightening the belt a little bit more over on the after show. So if you're so inclined, there'll be a link in the description. Come join us on our Patreon. We'll continue this discussion. But as for the main show, this is going to do it for this episode, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.